Believe me, all of us was kids once, and y'all know it. Y'all know it. Yeah, remember Jalia. Now Jalia didn't say nothing out of her mouth. Her mom been saying it, and I'm not saying that Jalia don't have something going on, but Jalia has yet to come out and make a video and say something about it. Now we do have loyalty that continues to say that that's Jalia's story to tell. Right. Now I'm waiting on Jalia to tell her story. And she don't gotta go. If she chooses to, she don't have to tell us a damn thing. She don't owe us nothing. But if she wants to clear the air just to give a slight overview, she can do that. Ain't nothing wrong with giving an overview. You got a lot of people that come online. They don't go into great detail, but they do say, oh yeah, this is, you know what, at this point in time in my life, this happened to me. He did this a few times. I'm not gonna go into detail about what he did. And you can just speak like that. You don't gotta be detailed and precise and all that. You can just come off very, like kind of like nonchalant with it. You don't got to go into great detail. But like I said before, if people ignore that and being rude, that is crazy work. Oh, Bill Cabins. Adam. Hey, Bill.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, yeah, man. I just wanted to say, man, keep doing your thing, man. I've been checking your content out for a while, been getting in your comment section, man. But hey, I ain't gonna lie, man, you was the first person that like really got me on the, man, I need to create content every day because I saw your channel explode, right? And I'm like, dang, like if I see this dude posting 5 or 6 videos, man, I can post 2 or 3, man. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a shout out, man. Keep doing your thing in this, this sector and shit.
Oh no, I appreciate you. Let me tell you something, man. Me seeing you just going in like you doing, you saying that I motivated you. Shit, I feel like you motivated me because you just ain't posting videos. Like you literally going in with the thumbnails. You going in like being, creating that diversity within your videos. And I just love that shit, man. I appreciate everything you're doing in the community and pushing forward because I love to see like-minded individuals like myself just growing and just being just overall just a logical individual the way you speak, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And it's only a few dudes in the sector, man. So, I just wish we all can, agree on things and keep it moving, So
it's funny though, Bill. I wanted to ask you something because I remember I was listening to your videos the other day, but there was something that you had said, but I didn't really get the context of it because I know that you went on a live stream with Michelle, right?
Yeah, a couple months ago, yeah.
Yeah, what exactly? Because they were saying, I know you said something like that. They was trying to say you was this and that. Like, what were they coming at you as? Like, what happened with that video? I mean, you got to go into detail, but I was just like,
so basically, yeah, it just started off where somebody had sent me they live and said Lawsuit Jerry was over there. I make videos about him. That's how it all started off.
Yeah.
So everything was cool. I went over there, started talking to Jerry, and then it just went from there. You know what I'm saying? So I started, putting my 2 cents in, started hopping on their panels, going back and forth to Capps. And then eventually, I forgot how it started, but basically I got into an argument with somebody from Michelle's panel. And then, they got turned up. They didn't like what I said. And it wasn't nothing disrespectful. It was just like, I didn't agree with what they were saying. But he went left field with it and then said I was a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? Like, what is you talking about? That's when I snapped. Because he's like, don't even, you can say whatever you want about me, but don't start that weird stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
so
crazy
it just went from there.
Oh, that's crazy work, man. I ain't gonna lie, I would have snapped too.
Yeah. So it just went from there, man.
All right, I see. I think it's clearing that up. I was always wondering what the hell happened with that, but I appreciate you stopping by, bro.
Yeah, no problem, man. All
right. Yeah, but like I said, guys, like at the end of the day, there's no problem with you giving your perspectives. There's no problem with you speaking your truth. Don't ever let somebody feel like you can't give your own opinion on a matter and try to make it seem like you just dead ass wrong just because you don't agree with their narrative. That's not how I'm coming. Yeah, you funny as hell, but look at philosophy. I'm funny. But at the end of the day, it's like I ain't gonna let nobody. No, I appreciate that, man. It's all love, Bill. It's all love, man. It's all love. And one thing I'm just not gonna do is like, come on, you gotta be respectful. Like when you come on somebody's panel, the one thing you want to do too is just be like, damn, let me allow this man to get his word out. Let me allow him to speak, give perspective. But nah, the first thing you want to come through is with an insult. It's like a hate group. And I ain't gonna lie, that is a hate group. You know, if a person can't allow you to speak and literally point out logical facts and give you the evidence, like I'm telling you to go on Google, just type in the chapter and look at Florida, Nevada. But you telling me it's a new updated chapter. Please show me where the new updated chapter was. Please tell me where this is. And then when people can't do, they get even more louder and they get ruder. You know, at the end of the day. So that's why I thought that was hilarious to me, man. Nah, yeah, I appreciate that, Carla. Because, man, how you going to sit up here and tell me what I said when you can't prove it?
Yeah, and then they kept getting technical when you kept talking about like loyalty and her mom about how the information got leaked about.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the information got leaked because number one, CJ on 32s said to him, "You got one more time, bro. Or I'm finna leak something about your ass." But that's the person you send that information to at that time.
Exactly.
Come on, you got to understand something. Why would you send something to CJ on 32s at that moment when you know he cooking?
Right. And
you know he cooking.
What she could have did is like, okay, I know I told you this because I feel like you're family to me, but this is something that I really don't want to get out about Jalia. She's a child. I don't want this to come to the internet. I don't ever want to talk about it. Please don't mention it. And she could have said that.
Oh yeah, you're right. But she sent that to CJ on 32s. Her mom, she could have easily said, please don't put this out there. Don't use this against CJ. Keep it to yourself.
Whatever beef
you got going on
between you and him.
Exactly. But obviously he used it, so but people don't like that you point out that fact. Come on, man. Royalty literally gave the information for that to happen. She wanted to get out there. She wanted it to.
So it wouldn't personally look like she
because it didn't look like she did it, like she got a hand in it. It's the same thing with the leak number, right? Now, a lot of people gonna say, nah, the leak number. No, I'm gonna tell you what the leak number was. Remember, if you go back to the video with the leak number, I'm just looking at it from a logical perspective. You see how she blurred out certain things, but didn't blur out the number.
Right.
So that lets you know then and there that is some negligence there. See, sometimes people like to do things indirectly to try to, hide their hand.
And try to make it seem like, oh, I kind of tried to do it.
Yeah.
But it just really, I didn't know how to. It didn't work.
Exactly. And I'm not finna be the one to sit up here and think I'm gonna ignore that fact. That's crazy work. Why would I ignore that you blurred out everything else but the number? And you go back to that video. I dare anybody go back to that video, watch it, and you'll see that they actually put those sensors on other things and not the number.
And then too, when I think it was Nation, when she was like, "Oh, your ugly ass" or something. Like, we didn't have to hear that. She said that. She could have edited that video. She could have edited that out.
Yeah, but I'm saying it could have been edited out. And like I said before, mistakes do happen. But at the end of the day, we got to learn that we have to take responsibility for some of the things we do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And remember, it got really heated between CJ and Royalty when their arm got fractured.
Yeah.
Remember, right when CJ came online and said, "Oh, the arm, the fracture," that's when the allegations with Jalia just went and skyrocketed. If you remember during that time frame, and they'd be the first ones to tell you, "Oh, you don't be watching." I pay close attention, because every time I'm doing a video, I'm just following the thread. It's like me following the thread line. So I'm like, hold up. Right when their arm was broken, that's when the allegations ended up getting spiked. That's when everything went up.
And then when CJ started talking about like defamation, then everybody got quiet.
Oh yeah, Common says I agree too. I agree that remember, I said it best. If you watch every video, the first video I did on CJ, I pointed out why he just consistently lies and he's an habitual liar on top of that. And that he just loves to gaslight. Like he'll blame somebody else for his own actions. I always said that. Like when he had Lexi talking about CJ on 32s and Bacon 100 and saying that, oh, he made them. You got to think about where did she get that information from?
Him.
From him. She got that information from him. That's what happened. And then obviously CJ, come on, CJ be kicking people out of houses. He claimed like I actually what did he say? Like I literally kicked y'all out. Like I literally threw y'all out. So at the end of the day,
say they left me.
And then he said they left him. how you gonna say you kicked them out, but then you say royalty left you? So CJ flip-flop back and forth. It's hard to keep, a stable mindset with this guy.
You're right.
I mean, I hate how these family fall apart and people have to choose side. Yeah, at the end of the day, I hate that shit too. That's one thing I gotta say. It's like, because remember, everybody loves seeing royalty and CJ and the kids together. That's where the entire community of people and families enjoy watching. They love seeing CJ and royalty and the kids make content, do pranks. That's where it started from. I started watching CJ So Cool because of my kids a few years back. That's how I started watching them. But when it got torn apart, when everything fell astray, then you looking like, damn. Now you're looking like, damn, what's going on over here? What's going on with royalty? What's going on with CJ? And everybody just kept tuning in for a while. And then shit started getting worse. Somebody was saying this person. Nation, then Nike so want to try to fight royalty. Royalty trying to fight Nike. He bringing up people to the channel. He bringing up Samantha, old girlfriends. Like he was wilding out at one point. He brought up Tata on the channel. I mean, literally, Tata was what, freaking 18 or some shit. So, I mean, I'm down for let's see me and CJ. Hey, at the end of the day, you saw what he did recently. Trying to holler at Danny, which is Corey ex, and you supposed to be with Lexi at the end of the day. That's wild to me, bro. Like, to me, how the hell you supposed to be claiming, making content and thumbnails saying you proposing to somebody, and then you turn around and then you talking about you trying to holler at Danny? That shit crazy. All right, CJ took the recent video down. I didn't even get to watch it. Hey, he probably did. What you talking about? Instagram? Yeah, probably on Instagram. He probably had it on Instagram for real though. I know he had a few videos. I don't be on his Snapchat like that though. But I know I know a lot of people, even Chris Sales, had to talk about CJ hollering at Danny. Like that shit was, because it's weird at the end of the day. I feel like when you say he with somebody, you turn around and do something else. So, and then you got Lexi don't care about the position. She just want to feed off of whatever fame or assets or money he has left. She don't care. She just want to. She trying to get whatever she can before everything goes to shit. That's what she's trying to do. The female wanted to be found and people were identified. Ain't that female? Yeah. So at the end of the day, that's how I'm looking at it. At the end of the day, I mean, you can't literally try to be a person that's stable and have common sense if you turn around and just doing whatever the hell you want to do. And people didn't think that was crazy. I looked at when he said that he brought those two thotties to the house and he said that the camera was on. I thought that was weird as hell. I said, why would you tell the world that? Why would you bring two women that she's about to have like a freaking threesome with where your kids was at? That is weird work. That's crazy. And he boasted about it. And he thought really that was going to make him look better because he's trying to say because the cameras and everything was in the home. So but obviously, it didn't look better. It made you look a lot worse because you allowed a woman to come into your home and steal. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. They literally came in there and stole shit. Or remember he talked to Tata. Tata was like, what, 18? She wasn't even old enough to drink. 18, 19. So, at the end of the day, but remember, when you do something, everybody going to look at every last thing you do after that. When somebody put out an allegation about you, they're going to say, believe me, they're going to look at everything. Oh, 17, I thought she was 18. When I look back at the video, yeah, she had to be 18 years old. She was 18. Danny is not a female to play with. She was, man. Yeah. You got the wrong one messing with her. And not just that, though. Danny is one of them individuals that she get it by any means. Mm-hmm. So that's really what that is. Danny gets shit by any means. But like I was saying, though, at the end of the day, I ain't part of no cult. I ain't finna be part of no nation. It's B4 Reacts. That's what it's about. It's about growing. It's about building a community of people that have common sense, that have intelligence, that don't, look at shit from a microscope. CJ go through women like that. Yeah, he do. Yeah, but I'm saying, hey, not the code. Yeah, at the end of the day, it shouldn't be no coats, because you know what a code is? A code is a group of people that are unable to think differently. Because when you're part of a cult, you can't think different. Dan shaking my head, but I know in my heart he did mess with that baby though. Hey, at the end of the day, it will come to light. Let me tell you something. Anything in the dark will come to light. And that's God's job to prove what he did, because at the end of the day, God will. God will always have the last say. And the Bible actually states that God laughs at a fool because he knows his day is coming. That's what the Bible states. And that goes in any direction. So people don't even think God laughed. They don't even know the Bible. They probably like, what? It said that, yeah, the Bible said God laughs at a fool because he knows his day is coming. So that's what it is. Yeah, I don't believe unless there are receipts. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's all allegations. Like I said before, it's all allegations. Until everything is proven factually, and that man is just like CMR, he in court looking crazy with the judge saying, do you understand what I'm about to tell you? And da-da-da-da. And when it go, you got a public defender. When it go like that, then everybody gonna be like, oh, shit.
It's getting real.
It's getting real now. But even that dude CMR, see, I know people don't like to hit this shit.
He on bond.
But even CMR is out of jail, and he still has the ability to get a lawyer and plead his case. Because at the end of the day, you can still be found not guilty, even in a situation like that. That's what people don't like to hear. They're like, oh my God. No, did you hear the judge in the CMR case? The judge in the CMR case, if you watch the video, what did the judge tell him? She said it's not a serious crime. And people gonna be like, what? Watch the judge, what it said to CMR. Even the judge said it's not a serious crime. That's crazy. But a lot of people gonna say, well, man, that's why the court system, but that's how the courts work. It's about what you can prove. I ride the fence, but whoever got content and it's funny, I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna post my reaction and leave it. Hey, listen, ain't nothing wrong with riding the fence, because you know why? You don't have to fully agree with anything. Because you can be on the fence about something. You can literally be like, you know what? I want to believe in this, but I'm just not going to fully invest until I got every last fact in a row. Right. Until I got everything I need, then I will go ahead and invest in it. But until then, I'm going to kind of hold my peace.
Be neutral.
And be neutral, because I need to look at all sides before I come to that conclusion. But why would a little girl tell a big one that I believe the child is? No, let me tell you something. That's what I'm saying. That's what they kept trying to say, that I didn't believe Jalia. Every video I make, I say I would never discredit Jalia. I would never discredit her. I said that as a child, if a child goes through something that traumatic, believe me, it's going to have so many psychological ramifications on her life. I would never discredit her. But one thing I'm trying to say is, based on how things were presented, was my issue. I never had a problem with Jalia saying, oh, you know what? If Jalia was like, you know what, this dude did this to me and this to me, that's fine. My problem was the way it was presented. Like when CJ on 32s was beefing with CJ, he literally used it as that. Apart on Mrs. Brady. Yeah, man. But at the end of the day, if you're going to come out and be like, oh, this damn girl is finna ruin your career. As a person that knows victims personally that have gone through molestation, they usually don't even like to speak about it in a way to use to say, you know what, and I'm about to ruin your ass. They don't usually say things like that. I'm not saying that it's not true because she said that. It's just the way it was presented. That's all I'm saying. It's just the way it was presented. And sometimes things can happen, you know, wrong, because some people get emotional. That's all. People get emotional. But I'm not going to discredit Jalia. I'm going to make sure, you know, keep Jalia in my prayers, make sure she's fine psychologically. One thing I wanted to hear Royalty say, that she's actually taking her to a psychologist or somebody to speak with her to help her out. Because when you go through something like that, believe me, it's going to have a lot of implications on your life. It's going to have a lot of issues going on that underlining that you ain't going to even realize what's going on until later in your life. Like, you ain't going to realize that you treat relationships weird because of that situation. You ain't going to realize that you deal with people strange because of situations like that. I didn't know that there was different though, for real. The writing on the writing on the back thing was one of the videos that I did that I pointed out, and I said was crazy work. I said one thing he shouldn't have did. I know a lot of people, even Batman Capp on them, be saying Buddy playful. But one thing you don't do, there's certain lines you don't cross. And it just seems weird the way she was positioned on the couch and the way you wrote it so low on her back. It was quite nasty. It was disgusting, man. It wasn't something to ever be put on camera. I don't even know why he thought it was cool to even record that shit. That's one thing I just looked at like, whoa, buddy, you tripping. Want to get worse first here. Read drama. Yeah, exactly. She does love drama. Already has good intention, but it's the panel that. You know what it is about her too? She'll get on the panel like, see, it's a cool mom. You know, and a lot of people, don't get me wrong, like I said before, she did lose her kids to the system. She did do this, that, and the third. But a lot of people will hold you to something you did for a very long time in your life, and they won't even allow you to speak on anything. People got to understand, that's her son, dude. Let her speak on her son. If she want to speak on her son, let her do that shit. She need to do something to help him, because she ain't help him when he was a kid. So help him now. If you going to help him, this is a good time. Go ahead, help him, because that's your job to do as a mom. Shit, the parents help kids even when they dead ass wrong. You know, it don't matter if your kid did the worst. People still gonna support their kid. That's the way life works. And then look at YMW Melly mom. She vouched for her son all day long. Mm-hmm. You know, you got Young Thug mom vouched for all day long. You got a lot of people, they don't care what their kids did. Look at King Von mom. King Von mama, all saying my baby did it. Everybody say King Von evil as hell. She's saying she loved her baby. Her baby was nothing. Like, he was nothing like that. But everybody called King Von a damn demon. Like, you got to think about it. It's unconditional love. It's unconditional love at the end of the day. His mom is a boss of Ross and Lexi is a boss of Pepper. And at the end of the day, you got that right. The one thing I am going to say, intelligence don't run far over there, you know. But that's the issue with a lot of people, though. A lot of people lack common sense. I led the channel with disagreement with the moderators really tried to bring peace over there. Hey, yeah, you know, you can't bring peace to a group of people who are biased and angry mobs, because they really don't want to be cool with you. They just want to cause strife. They're trying to cause drama. How you going to bring peace to people who have an agenda? Their agenda is to get everybody to think like them instead of you having a difference of opinion. They don't care about if you state factual things that can be proven. Everything, just like what that panel was on. I'm up here stating facts, telling them about the chapter, telling them about the laws of Florida and Nevada are the same. You think they give a damn about that? No. They're going to make up lies and say, oh, it got a new chapter. Really? Where is it? Where's the delusion? Where's the new chapter you speaking on? Oh, hey, Tia. I'm glad you caught the live. But where's the new chapter? If you want to get on the panel, the link on there. I don't mind anybody getting on the panel and speaking. But at the end of the day, I don't like when people see truth and they ignore it because they're biased. That to me is crazy work. I don't like when anybody tries to force feed you something and ignore all logic. I told them that Nevada is no different than Florida when it comes down to that, especially when it comes down to statute of limitations, how they handle any type of court proceedings, when it comes to investigations, when it comes to probable cause, when it comes to any type of detective work or police reporting. They do not handle anything differently, and they did not want to hear that on that panel. So that is just crazy work. They lied on me over that bull crap. And the lady I tried to bring Hey, let me tell you something, honest. Let me tell you, man, a lot of people, when they get mad because you just don't agree with them. And that's, to be honest with you, they have the right. You know what? This is what I'm going to say to a lot of people. That's their channel. They want to believe what they want to believe. Let them believe it. Because at the end of the day, truth will always prevail. Truth going to prevail. Because they going to say all day, CJ did that shit. Just like a lot of people going to say, it's fine. You can believe what you want. And just like at the end of the day, when you say, Jalia, yeah, Jalia has a right to feel how she wants to feel. She has a right to not speak out on it. She has a right to not even ever speak out if she don't want to. That's her right. That's her God-given right. She don't have to tell nobody shit. And I have no problem with that. I have no problem if Jalia never want to talk about it. I have no problem if this person over here believes they didn't do it. You know why? Because at the end of the day, God will prove it.
In due time.
In due time, God will prove if it was true or if it was something that probably was misunderstood or if it was something that somebody just didn't have clear clarification on. That's God's job. There's no human's job to try to put forth judgment on a matter that we wasn't there personally to see. Like I wasn't. Sometimes when you hang around people, you can catch a vibe. Like if I was hanging around CJ So Cool and I was around him every single day, I'll be able to catch him. I'll be like, you know what? I'll be like, man, he kind of come off sometimes kind of strange. Like I notice his mannerism, the way he be looking at people be coming off kind of odd. So I can kind of dictate that. But when I'm not around him, I don't know him. So I can't really I only see through the camera lens. But it's different between somebody holding the camera, you actually looking at them, watching them, they looking at you in your eye. You can feel the energy from people. It's a lot different. That's why it's no different than when you're talking to people online and you finally meet them in person. It's going to be totally different. It's a big difference. But people think that because you're online and somebody, wants to vouch for you a little bit, that you're supposed to go with them. That's not the way life works. Use logic. Use common sense. Don't let yourself get swindled or hoodwinked out of truth. That's why a lot of people lose at the end. I ain't finna get swindled. I ain't finna allow nobody to hoodwink me or trick me into anything. I'm going to use deductive reasoning. I'm going to use logic. And then I'm going to make sure I look at everything on both sides before I ever come to a conclusion and be like, man, that's a definite fact. Because what's going to happen as time goes on? This was going to be interesting, though. This was going to be interesting. As time goes on, and if we see nothing being done every single day, it's going to start getting weird.
And they still going to be saying,
understand something. It's going to get weird every single day, and then it's gonna go into next year. And it's gonna go into the middle of spring, and then nothing's still going. Then it's gonna go to the summer, and then if we still seeing nothing done, what's gonna end up happening? Then they're gonna keep trying to say, "Oh, it's an investigation." Yeah. No, because at the end of the day, let me tell you, if an officer got probable cause, if a detective got it, it's gonna still be a police report that's made public. It's nothing going to be like a civil case where you can pay to have the shit sealed. That's not the way it works. It's going to be public. It's never going to be just sealed. But a lot of people want to come from that perspective, and I don't agree with people that just think that, oh, I'm just going to say something even though I have no proof whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy work. Let me see. My thing is, CJ does, you can't treat your mom. Hell, even your daughter, like, you come. Yeah, let me say something. That's why I made that video when he went to his grandma's house. I thought that shit was disgusting. Yeah. He wasn't even really trying to fix his grandma's house. He was trying to get noticed by the mayor. I know that shit funny to you, but shit, that shit real. He was trying to get noticed by the mayor. Talking about something, the mayor gonna see this and be like, we can do a project. Why are you treating your grandma like a housing project? Come on, man. This ain't the goddamn inner city.
He tried to talk over her, too. She said,
and the grandma ran by. That's why when you watch my video, when I said when the grandma, she was like, every time you pass by my house and you sped by, because he didn't want to do shit for her. He never wanted to. He bought that little, remember, somebody that make almost $500,000 in a month and you buy your grandma a $10,000 car. Come on, man. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. You buy your mama your grandma a $10,000 car and talking about something that's all she wanted. You know damn well people don't want to ask you. That's like you having money. If you're the only one with money in your family, you the only millionaire, and you know damn well you nasty, you come off narcissistic to a lot of people. You think your family members gonna feel comfortable asking you for things? No. They're not. They're gonna come at you sideways kind. They're gonna be like, man, I was just saying, like, I know I see you got a lot of cars and stuff. They're gonna try to come at you in a way that cause they don't want to get a quick no. Mm-hmm. They're going to get a slow yes.
And then know you're going to use it against them.
Because they know you're going to use it against them later. They're going to say, man, I don't want to buy you a car. You need to sit your ass down in the corner. They're going to sun you. So that's why his grandma didn't want to just blatantly say, buy me a new house.
Or move.
Or I want to move and have a new place, because she knew that CJ was going to be arrogant. She knew that CJ was going to come off like, oh, I'll get you a house if I feel like it.
He wasn't going to pay the light bill.
He wasn't going to pay the light bill. He wasn't going to pay the water. He wasn't going to pay nothing. He just was going to put her up, and then next thing you know, she was going to end up getting evicted. And then she going to have to go back to Gary, just like he sent his daughter back to Gary. And that's what's going to happen. Somebody, you close with Apple, that turn on her. And I hate shit. Yeah, but at the end of the day, if he would have bought anything for his grandmother, he obviously wasn't going to continue paying them bills. It's the same way he did D-Lo with that car insurance.
Didn't he end up giving
he gave the car. He gave the car to Nike, and then Nike was more happy. Like, I mean, not happy, but she was more upset about the car being destroyed than her own life. Like, she should have been happy that she was saved. She was more upset that the car was destroyed than her actually being saved.
Like, are you gonna get me another?
Because you know why? She was cautious. She was scared to really ask CJ for another car. She was like, how do I get this man to buy me another car? That's why when you heard her talking on the phone, she kind of was coming from a place. And that's why CJ told her, damn, you more mad about losing the damn car than your life. And because she said, my car, man, my car. She was trying to subliminally say, hey, buy me a damn car, bro. Buy me a car. But just like his grandma was afraid to ask him for a car. Just like Kenneth was afraid to ask him for money. That's why he put him in the back of the house in So Cool Land, a little efficiency back there, because he was afraid to ask CJ for money. Because they know how it is. If you're the only,
just live with you.
Yeah, if you're the only person in your family that's a millionaire, but you're an asshole, everybody gonna be cautious and be on eggshells coming around you. They're gonna say, man, I want to ask them, but damn, how I'm gonna do this shit? Then you start, you know what you do? You feel like if I go on the low end, it's gonna be a yes. Because you make so much money. So if I ask you for $40, you gonna give me that. Yeah. Because you already know that is nothing to you, and I know that's really, really nothing to you. So you're gonna give me $40. But if you ask a person, if you're the only person that make money and they're cautious on eggshells around you, they're gonna be cautious. They're gonna be like, man, I ain't finna ask you to do $5,000. They're gonna be looking at me like, hell no. They're gonna say, you asking me $5,000 for what you gonna do for me? You gonna clean my floors? You gonna wash my cars? You gonna scrub something? So that's why his grandma was like, that's why she looked kind of sad when he went up in that house. Don't get me wrong. Have his grandmama living like that with them cats all over the damn place.
Oh, that was terrible.
Them cats shitting all over the place. Them dogs shitting. The kitchen. Oh, the floor got holes in it. Let me see. Facts before what would I do like if each side gets pissed? You have an opinion, fact.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's the crazy part. You should have an opinion. You should never feel like you can't say something. That's like freedom of speech is being stripped from you. That's why people don't even have the ability to practice their religion out in open. They say you have a God-given right to do that, but then somebody's going to judge you. Somebody's going to, persecute you just for having your belief. That is so fucked up to me. I feel like you should be able to talk about your God. You should be able to, be able to tell somebody what you believe in without being crucified, without being criticized, without somebody trying to ride on you and make you feel like shit and force you to believe something else. You got a lot of people at work that they work with other groups of people that have a strong belief on a political stance or on a religious stance, and they feel like they can't even say nothing at work because they feel like the person at work gonna say something about them.
And you're gonna get fired.
Or you're gonna get fired because I said I just don't believe in that. So I just don't want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about Christian and her sister? Oh, you talking about that? Was that situation? Let me know that's what you're saying. Common sense about that situation that she said happened when she was younger. I think that's what you're trying to say, but I don't want to say it yet. Let me know that's what you're talking about when she said that her sister did something to her when she was younger. If that's what you're talking about. And what are you saying in my food? Hey, yeah, I'm gonna say a lot of shit because at the end of the day, people think they're gonna place you in a box. They think you're gonna be cornered in. Oh yeah, comments. I knew you was talking about that. Now, Christian walked with her sister. That shit is crazy work, but that kind of lets you know how she kind of moved with Blueface. That lets you know how she moved with Blueface. And it kind of lets you know how she was moving before she got with Blueface, when she ended up on Baddies. When you're exposed to shit as a kid, and remember, her mom was out there. Remember, Christian's mom and her father, man, that dude is just, her father is like loose, bro. But you got to think about it. Her having low morale allowed her to be put in situations that she had to compromise herself. That's why she was on Baddies. Because when you around, and let me say something, anybody that got a mom that was in the streets that had multiple kids, a lot of those children are subjected to so many different things because you literally raised by people in the community that ain't even your family. You got freaking your mama letting you stay with this cousin, staying with this uncle, staying with this auntie, staying with her best friend, the person from church that she believes is godly, all that bullshit. So it's like, when you look at it, let me see, is she in denial about her? Oh, yeah. And that's another aspect with the son situation. And that's another touchy situation that people don't even like to speak on. But I'm going to say the same thing I always say when it comes to God. God will always show you, and you will reap what you sow at the end of the day. God will always make you pay for any situation you do or get involved in. You know, God always gives you a way out, and he always gives you a way to get through. Even if you weren't able to get out, he's going to give you a way to get through. Are all of almost damn recent. Yeah, shit. I missed a lot. Are all of people almost shit?
Yeah, who knows?
Shit, it's a possibility. It's a possibility because nowadays, you know, we lack a lot in this day and age. We lack common sense. We lack that old school spirituality. We lack that old school morale when everybody gave a damn about one another and cared about what each other had to say. We lack that being personable with people, to be able to express yourself without being crucified and criticized for your beliefs. We lack the old school way of living when people had the right to literally tell you something without being crucified. Because you know why? Because at the end of the day, constructive criticism what made people grow. When you get constructive criticism, you grow. You know what else is criticizing about going to these so-called ops and reading all the comments and trying to get fans to say that comments or block you from the opinion.
Yeah,
exactly. That's some weird ass shit too.
Just like the person,
it's like they
comment talking about, oh, everybody who's not royalty nation, you need to unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. You know what's crazy? They'll come on your channel and read every comment, watch every video, just so they can just try to say some stupid shit and just be completely biased and don't ever want to look at facts. And then because you kind of hit a nerve, they get so upset they keep writing you 100 times. And this how you know a person emotional. Just because you don't, I always say this to people: yelling, screaming does not prove a point. Also, it doesn't even prove. Also, you can be mad and rude and nasty without yelling. Just for you saying certain things and taking it out of context or even being disrespectful, you don't have to yell to be disrespectful. All you got to do is just completely and utterly come off very biased, come off as if somebody can't have their own opinion and you're unable to delegate and have a neutral conversation. That's a person who you know is completely and utterly rude. But anybody who spread nonsense like that says a lot about you. That's why I always say at the end of the day, I have no, like I said before, I'm unbiased. I'm not the kind of person that's going to, look at a situation and just completely go in and be like, oh, yeah, they deserve it. Nah, I'm like this. I look at Jalia. I hold her dearly because in a sense, at the end of the day, a victim psychologically, physically can be very, very damaging and nefarious to their life later on. But at the end of the day, we cannot ignore the fact that CJ So Cool has not been arrested yet, like CMR.
Right.
So that's what people ignore. They'll say, oh, yes, this. But remember, that's why we have a court system. That's why we have police. That's why we have detectives, so they can do their job. And in this situation, there's no police report. But then people keep saying there's a police report, and then
active visitation of the twins.
There's active visitation. He's supposed to be having supervised visits.
Yeah.
Even if it's for a week or two, so they can conduct their investigation. And that's what they do. And the CPS worker will come and visit you every day and take notes. Write down what the kids say, write down what you say, and they will put that shit in their little journal, and they'll come back and revisit you with an officer probably 3 to 4 times a week until they get everything they need, and then they'll make a conclusion with the case. But at the end of the day, you don't see that happening. And that's all I'm saying.
The same parenting plan is on.
The same parenting plan, and then they'll say it has nothing to do because it's not her kid. No, let me tell you something.
It's all connected.
It's all connected because they don't never, if you have kids with the does say victim's mother, they will still look at it as neglect. They will still look at it as negligence. They don't want it to be in any type of shape, form, or fashion, being able to have contact with them in any type of way, because that still grants you contact.
Yeah, and especially because they live together.
Because think about it, they live together with Jalia. So guess what? When he FaceTimes the twins or something, or calls them, Jalia can be right there. The judge knows that. That's why he said no. They would say no if that was the case.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's like a lot of people don't understand that. They can say no, literally. But that's why I'm looking at it from that perspective. I hope people understand the truth in terms of don't be biased. Don't be a person that's, feel like you can't speak your mind because you think everybody even to try to rain down on you and try to get mad because you have an opinion. And that just shows you who they are at the end of the day. That lets you know that they can't really have a conversation and be logical. It lets you know that they don't know how to really delegate and, come to an agreement or disagreement. You can agree to disagree at the end of the day, and I can respect you and you can respect me. But that's what it's supposed to be. But some people don't understand that. So to me, I find that kind of, lame as hell that, you supposed to be respectful, come on the panel and literally allow somebody to give you their answers to whatever questions you have and give them time to respond without cutting them off and being rude. And that's something that they couldn't do. So that's why I always say I respect people like Bill Cabbins because you can tell that he knows how to talk. You can tell Bill Cabbins knows how to have a conversation. You can tell when people have logic and have respect. That's what I'm talking about. Right. But you can tell a lot of other people don't have that. They're looking for something because they actually just want to find a reason because they disagree with you. Working together for views. Hey,
we don't know.
Shit, you know what's funny about that, Trey? I heard that before. Because remember, right before CJ So Cool and CJ on 32's beef, remember he wrote in his community tab that, me and him about to be, stirring up some drama or whatever, just to build up the channel. So you kind of really don't even know if, that's a whole nother diaspora. Yeah. If you think that's a whole nother diaspora. That's somebody else can say that without you believing it. See, this is what people say. They say because you speak on something, you got to believe it, right? No, you can just give your opinion and say, hey, it's a possibility. Anything within reason, Exactly. That's one thing I respect. That's the thing about me. I have no problems with those individuals over there. But now when I look at people like that, individuals that will allow you to come on the panel and you supposed and be disrespectful to you when you're supposed to be a guest, that is weird and strange to me. And it's like you're trying to control the narrative. But when people try to control the narrative, it says a lot about them. But they claim that they don't care for all day long on your channel, all day long making comments, all day long screenshotting, all day long doing. If I know one thing's for sure. When I don't care about some shit, I ain't screenshotting nothing. I ain't on nobody's channel. I ain't doing this. That's nothing I do. I ain't on nobody's channel. If I'm like not invested.
There's too many channels.
It's too many things out there to me to be getting angry at somebody when I don't even know these people. Like I said before, it's like crazy work to me, man. We have to truly understand that unless that person paying your bills, unless that person is truly giving you step by step every text message, people gotta understand Royalty and CJ still talk. This is what people don't understand. Royalty and CJ still talk on the phone. They still text each other because they gotta talk about the twins. They gotta talk about this, and everybody online talking about them while he still texts and in communication with Royalty. That's the crazy part. So when you think about it, they're still in communication. There's nothing saying that CJ can't communicate Royalty.
Which would be the restraining
order. That would be a restraining order if he couldn't contact her. He can still contact Royalty. He still has access to call her. So that's why when I say look at things from an unbiased perspective, because a lot of people think, they don't even speak to each other. Nah, believe me, they do. Oh, yeah. And let me tell you something. Nothing But the Truth came on my live and she asked questions and I literally put her up on game on the chapter and she had nothing else to say. It's actually, if you go on my live, you'll see it. And I told her that does not stand. That report that she had put out also wasn't even a report that you could stand on because it had no grounds or probable cause when it came down to the case with Jalia. That's all I was saying. It's like people try to encapsulate a situation and try to connect the dots to things that don't even connect. You can't connect that. That would make no sense. How you connect the things that have no merit? You trying to connect a case that could have came from anywhere. I mean, anywhere. In fact, they were still talking. Also, he was making plans. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think
all of a sudden that didn't fall through.
The reason why that didn't fall through, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. So based off what I seen The reason why it didn't fall through because he knew that he was going to find out that he was still with Lexi. Because remember, he told Bake 100 and he told CJ that CJ 32 that he got away from Lexi. And remind you, he knew that when CJ on 32 was going to visit him, that he was going to see Lexi in that home. I disagree. I digress. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, you can watch the live I got.
Oh, this person.
I get this person, Lexi, whatever the hell her name is. She probably looked like a dog. That's why she got a dog in the thing. But at the end of the day, why this dog don't never come on the live? Hey, give it a
the link.
Give it a link and tell her. Yeah, tell her click on the link. She always messaging. And why she on my channel? This girl's a stalker. Hey, y'all be careful with this Lexi Bubble Gobble, whatever the heck is a gobble machine. She's a mystery mouse gatool. Somebody do something with that chick. She's a mystery mouse gatool. I only say something when someone says something to me, but I'm done going back and forth with it. Exactly. Let me say, I'm going back and forth with nobody, but that chick Lexi Bubble Gobble, whatever the hell her name is, that chick is a mystery mouse gatool. I'm telling you, any motherfucker that don't show their face is strange. That chick is strange. She got a dog cover. That's probably how she look. Or maybe she identifies as a dog. I think that Lexi Bubble identifies as a dog. That's why she got that dog picture. I think she identifies. Hey, show your picture. Somebody tell that girl to show her picture. That Lexi chick, she looked like a dog. That's probably why she don't show a picture. I'm starting to think she's an actual dog. Oh, what Bill Kelly said, I just got on Michelle and said, I'm pushing peace for now on, no problem. Hey, Bill, I don't blame you. At the end of the day, it ain't even worth the drama. It's like people be trying to force drama on you. Like that chick came on. She could have literally like that weird Lexi dog face chick. She could have came on and got on the live and spoke on the panel. But they stalk her. That girl is a stalker. Everywhere I go, she be. I think when I went to Publix and I was in the poultry section, she was over there acting like she was grabbing meat, stalking me and shit. She was on her phone acting like, I think that was her when I was in Publix. That chick always on my page. What's wrong with that chick? She is crazy. But at the end of the day, it's just hilarious to me. They always got problems with you, but they come follow your ass everywhere. Look at her ass probably still in this mug. Scared to show her doggy face. Goodness gracious, scared to show that dog face. Now, let me tell you something on Nothing But the Truth. I got her ass on my live, though. And everybody, didn't I?
Yeah.
She
could have joined the live.
And let me tell you what she didn't do. She would just come in, and then she toned down and said damn thing because she couldn't do nothing. But I ain't gonna lie to you, though. Drama for people, it attracts people. You know why? Because we live in a day and age where everything is, fast. We in fast motion. Because nowadays, remember, the kids are exposed to so many things on the internet, all over the place. It's in fast motion. I mean, they exposed to everything. That's why kids don't even have no patience. That's why kids already know what sex is. Already know what this is. At the age of like 7, you already know, how, the inner workings of somebody, is because you already exposed to it. But that's the crazy work. That's the crazy things I say. I don't really be on that shit. I be like, nah. I'm not gonna do that. I also noticed Nike. Yeah, true. You know why Nike ain't doing shit? And that people gotta understand why Nike ain't doing that. Nike realized a long time ago that you can't deal in a situation when people are going to create narratives about you. Mm-hmm. Now, there are some things about Nike that is flawed, but Nike realized it's a lose-lose situation over here. It's a lose-lose. It's like, think about it. You try to come at somebody and try to bring your piece and to speak speak from your position. Somebody's still gonna get on your ass anyway. Because they're gonna say you was messing with CJ So Cool when he was with royalty. So she ain't gonna be able to say nothing. It's like everybody got an issue. Everybody gonna have a problem every now and again. But like I said before, it's a lot of ways you can slice this pie, and everybody can get in this pie as long as everybody enjoys each other. But this chick right here, like a lot of them on that side, this is one thing I don't like about these really, really, really diehard fans that are like the blind leading the blind. They tend to get overly emotional and disrespectful and say things without even trying to have a civilized conversation. Exactly. They'll never try to say, let's go like question for question. I'm gonna ask you something, and then when you're done, I'm not gonna say nothing, and then I'm gonna ask you something, and you don't say nothing. But they can't do that because they already know they ain't gonna be able to prove nothing that way. They got to start saying goofy shit. They got to start saying things that don't matter. Just like the chick with the dog face. It's like it makes no sense. It's like if you really was on that, you would come speak. Let me see. Nike stand out the way. Oh yeah, why not number 2 want to see it to be guilty? So to be honest with you, I have no clue. Sometimes when somebody going harder than the goddamn detective, that should tell you something. The detective trying to lay down after looking at his records, this motherfucker outside the house talking about he's guilty. He's guilty. You like, come on, I'm trying to get some sleep. The detective like, I ain't even go to work. Ain't gonna start until a few hours now. Let me lay down and relax. But they trying to force it. They blowing up his phone. He had to block him. You know what I'm saying? Nike saying out the way, collected her Indian. Hey, I believe that. Hey, that could be true. Because at the end of the day, I think who else collecting a check like that? D-Lo collecting the check. He's like, boy, I ain't gonna say shit, boy. Let her check keep coming in monthly. Hey, that's a possibility. He could be collecting a check right now. He's like, man, I'm gonna stay on that shit because I ain't gonna even jump in. If anybody know anything, I always say, if anybody know anything, it's goddamn D-Lo. Yeah, he know everything. If anybody know anything, man, D-Lo was all up through that house. He was there day and night. Sometimes he stayed over there. Believe me, D-Lo would know some shit that went on in that house. Believe me. It would become apparent. D-Lo isn't collecting this. Hey, shit, D-Lo was like, damn, he took my car from me and gave it to Nike. He said, man, I ain't fucking with the dude no more. He said, I ain't messing with dude no more. And to be honest with you, it's sad because you see CJ on 32s, what he bought Big Al. Yeah, man, that car nasty, bro. What he bought Big Al. And look at what CJ So Cool gave D-Lo. And then you see how somebody that genuinely cares about their people is somebody in 32 game. But when you look at CJ So Cool,
he just want to always be at the top.
He want to be at the top. Yeah. He wasn't trying to bring D-Lo no big jury, no bust down rollies, no nothing. Let me see, Nike girl that had me laugh. So oh yeah. No, but ain't that weird though? Let me know if that's true or not though. With Nike girlfriend, because wasn't it said that he did something with Nike girlfriend? Yeah. And why would Nike even allow that, claiming that you a jealous person and all this shit, but you allowed D-Lo to mess with,
but not CJ.
Yeah, but not CJ though. Because remember in that video I did when I did that reaction to the whole loyalty test, she said was very upset. The only person I said for her not to mess with
is my baby.
It's her baby Jitty. That's what she said, right? But that's how you gotta look at it. PRP is no better than anyone else. She's money hungry and stuff. Yeah, at the end of the day, too, you gotta think about it. PRP was in it when she came up there. She thought she was gonna get the treatment that royalty got for all those years. That's what happened. She thought that she was gonna go up there and bully her way in past Lexi, and it just didn't work. You know, every time she tried to get close, Lexi ass was right there. Boom, just like that dog face girl that keep following me. She was right there, right next, you know what I'm saying, to CJ. And it just was sad at the end of the day. It just was really sad. All right, let me see the girl. Exactly, man. She can mess with anybody else, but just not CJ. Yeah. And the weird thing is they share baby daddy. That shit weird as hell. Her and Tavy got the same baby daddy.
They live together.
And they live together. That is strange. And then you literally trying to get back with your other baby daddy. And then she was mad that Tavy was kind of, she told Tavy straight up, you have to get up to Vegas. Don't even think about it. Don't even try it. Because she know how CJ is. She know CJ is smashing anything walking. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy work is, too, when you look at how CJ, and a lot of people forgot that situation because it went by so fast, when he was hollering at that OnlyFans girl, and she actually put the screenshots out, and she was saying she got a boyfriend and everything, because CJ kept saying, yeah, remember that? Yeah. I knew when CJ gave Nike that chain. Exactly. Oh, man, that chain like it came out the middle of the mall. Think about it. If CJ So Cool chains only was worth, I mean, every last piece, 170,000, and he spent damn near close to $1 million for that jury. You know damn well Nike chain freaking was out from the middle of the mall, man.
And she had to pay for it too.
And she had to pay for it. And she had to give up Kamari for it, because that's was the conditions for the chain. If you remember, when she got that chain, it was conditioned to allow her to allow Kamari to stay up there with him because he lost the So Cool kid. So he needed content. And the beginning, which I feel like he do Kamari dirty, because I feel like he only bring up there
for content purposes.
For content purposes only, because he lost the So Cool kids. And to me, that's kind of shady. That's why every time he don't mind sending her back and having Gary Indiana when he know that she ain't being productive. She's not going to elevate that way mentally and spiritually. Why would you leave her down there like that? To me, that's trifling, man. That's sad to me. So, and to be honest with you, and he asking people in the last video, what would you do? You know, what advice you have for me as a father? Keep your daughter.
Yeah. But what Lexi said.
Look, ain't no conversation. Look at that. Keep your daughter.
Keep your child.
See, he didn't. See, that's why people don't want to hear that. That's why even see they don't want to hear that, because he don't want that to be. That's why he's biased. That's why he's gonna say, "Well, it depends on his mom." His mom at the time wanted her to stay up there with you. What are you talking about? So it's just crazy to me how some people just don't understand that. Got the notice. Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, PRP, she literally ain't even secure a bag. She ain't even secure a bag, you know. And don't get me wrong. Royalty should have did the whole time she was with him. From that very first time they got a big ass check. I'm talking about your first check that was in 100,000s. I said we ain't doing no more content unless that shit split down the middle.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said. I said, fuck that. We ain't doing no more content unless it's split down the middle. First and foremost. I think it's a horrible mother to allow her daughter to be used. Oh, yeah, exactly. Man, exactly. Because she know, at the end of the day, she felt like she always got the shit in and stick in the situation. So whatever she can do to kind of get a one-up in any kind of way, she don't mind. She don't mind using Kamari to at least get something. She feel like, shit, I ain't getting nothing for years. I might as well use it to get something. At the end of the day. That's what I'm saying. I might as well use it to get something. And that's really what it works at. But like I was saying, guys, man, CJ and Rosa never start talking. I'm glad I'm out of the sector. That shit is all. Exactly. At the end of the day, they still gonna be talking to each other. Oh, no, but the truth, you can come on if you want. The thing right there. Hit the link. Tell her to hit the link. Don't do no talking and no comments. Hit the link. That's all right there. This one.
She not on.
I don't like all that. Like when people be saying all that, that's in there. It's in there. Drop it. Go ahead. Come on.
Be respectful.
Be respectful. I ain't like them other people. I ain't gonna be letting somebody come on and not get their perspective. But if you come on being disrespectful, I don't play that type of shit. But we can have a rational conversation and delegate. I have no problem. But one thing I do not do is allow people and all the other nonsense. But later on.
Now what happened?
Like I said before, come on my channel respectful.
Now what? But what happened?
I'm gonna say it again. Come on my channel respectful.
I mean, what's your issue with me? Like, you get mad about my video. I don't react to you.
All right, since you want to do that, this is what I'm gonna do. I just told her to come on my channel respectful, and you talking loud on my shit. Don't come loud talking loud on my shit.
But like I said again, what's your
No,
issue?
ain't no like you said again. Do me a favor. If we're gonna have a delegate and have a cordial conversation, let's have a cordial conversation.
Turn your mic down.
I ain't turning my mic down. It's my channel.
My mic not loud. You said I'm loud. I'm telling you, turn your mic down.
I'm not turning my mic down.
So how you gonna say I'm loud when you loud?
Now go ahead. Go ahead. Now what you want to say?
No. I heard you said something about me in your chat.
Oh, so you was in my chat?
No, I wasn't.
Then how you heard?
What you mean how I heard?
I just did. Am I tripping on this girl just said she heard me say something in the chat?
Okay, that doesn't mean I was in your chat. Okay, I got a screen recording. Now my thing is, what's your issue?
number one, let's get this straight. Nobody has an issue with you. I think that's the misconception right there. What I was saying was when you came on my live last time and I was telling you about the chapter that Florida and Nevada has basically the same laws when it comes down to child endangerment.
But I said that in my video before React. I said that in my video. You're not telling me something that I didn't mention already in my content.
Number one, I don't watch your content, so I wouldn't even know that.
Okay, so I'm just letting you know. You telling me something that I already had mentioned.
Well, I was letting you know that you kept saying number one when I think he was in the comments. What she said in the comments that time when I was telling her about the situation in terms of how police reports work, and I was saying
and I told you, and I said I did not pull up no police report for CJ. Why does everybody keep saying that I pull up a police report?
What was that report that people keep saying you pulled up?
It's not a report. It's a denial letter saying that the police report is not available due to an open investigation. It was never a police report.
And let me ask you this question. Based on your channel and what you was trying to emphasize on, right? Do you believe that the report that you was denied access to is related to Jalia?
Yeah, I got the whole email. I put on my Instagram. I don't know if you got Instagram. I said, out of respect for Royalty and Jalia, I'm not going to post a whole email thread. I'm just going to post a document stating why it was denied due to an open investigation. Me and another person got into an argument on Iscreamvlogs. They told me to shut up until I could prove that CJ got an open investigation under his name. And that's what I did. It was not no police report. Okay,
so all right. That's what the thing that's going around that said that you did with this police report. So you're saying you got a denial letter.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. And you said basically that it's actually the one that you got denied access to is dealing with Jalia. That's why I want to say, where did you? It's
dealing with a sexual. I don't know if you want me to say it, but an SA case.
Yeah, SA case. Oh,
I got the email.
Oh, if you
got to detect the name and everything.
Oh, if you can with that. I don't know if you have like whatever. If you can, whatever you have like an email or something, I would like to see that. But I
can prove it to you, and I'm gonna show you. But I'm going to let you know. I'm going to write out the detector name and her phone number. But I'm gonna prove that it's for a SA allegation.
SA allegation. Okay, and let me ask you this too, based on the fact that it's an SA allegation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, due to the fact, was CJ questioned on this allegation?
Did he go down to the police station?
No. Did detectives come to him and question him?
Honestly, I don't know that much details about it. They ain't gonna tell me anything out, but you gotta look at CJ video. The reason why I pulled that up because in CJ video, he said he's not under investigation and the police never came to his house. If CJ made a police report and he had an open investigation against Royalty, CJ would have put that out a long time ago. And that's why I try to explain to people. The open investigation, because I don't know if you heard where Reevy said, my son said he called the police. He opened that investigation up against Royalty. Based on what grounds?
Okay. So this is what I'm going to say to that then. So to my understanding, an investigation at this point in time really has no probable cause for them to go question CJ.
I don't know if he was questioned or not, because like at the end of the day, we just found out about this situation in October. If they went down there in April, we don't know what happened between April and October. CJ denied these allegations the first day and said that Royalty and 32s made it up. He denied about knowing about these allegations. He said it was new to him. But if you go back and watch his baby mama Nike video on April 30th, the same day that Royalty mom said she stepped to him, she says CJ is stressed and depressed about some allegations against him. So why come to the internet and lie and say that this was all new to you? That's a red flag, and that's what I said.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's facts right there. But we all know that we all know number one that CJ So Cool is double-minded. He's unstable. He always will lie and say, he didn't say this, and he'll double back. So we know that he just doesn't do that for that situation. He does that for a plethora of things. But what I was saying is, in that case, we don't know certain aspects of the case. Like, we don't know if he was questioned. We don't know if detectives have written down a detailed report, just like with CMR. We don't know that. We don't know at this extent whether or not if it's even going to get taken to that level. Because just like they said on that panel I was on when they was being quite disrespectful, when basically that you don't even ultimately know exactly, the exact details of each and every moment of what occurred and able to break it down. So that's why when I'm talking about this matter, I try to use just from a broad standpoint, because nobody knows the intricate details between what happened with CJ and Jalia. Nobody knows.
I said that. You say you don't watch me. If you go back, I made a video when I said anybody could go to the police department and make a complaint against you. An allegation does not mean that you are guilty. I said that. I said you could be under investigation from 3 to 6 months and turn out to be innocent. Exactly. An investigation does not mean that you're guilty. That's it. But my video never said anything about CJ going to jail. It said that he got an open investigation against him. And I said, why lie about an open investigation? That doesn't necessarily mean that you're guilty.
Exactly. But that's the point, number one, I was trying to make to both sides with people. This is the main point that I try to make. Just because somebody goes to the police station and says that you did this and that, and you have an investigation, does not mean you're guilty. That's the same standpoint that I always push for. And people don't like the fact that you say that. They hate the fact that you don't agree 100%. They hate the fact that you're neutral. But I stand on facts. I'm the kind of person where I look at it like this. Hey, he might have a case. It may be a detective on the case, but that does not mean he's guilty. And that does not mean I ride for him. Just like that does not mean I ride for anybody. That's just a factual statement. So me giving a factual statement makes me somehow enemy of the state. And that is wild to me. I don't understand that. So I can give
but now you walking into my world, because I got hated on all last week because I posted a document showing that this man got an open investigation. That's a fact. That's a fact right there. But they will tear you down because you posted things that you got proof or receipts. They don't like that. But you got to understand that's just how YouTube is. That's just how it is. That's why I post what I want to post. And if people disagree to me, react to me, I don't react to them. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to voice my opinion. Everybody not going to agree to me. I don't care. But at the end of the day, I'm doing something that I like. And if I'm not spreading no lies. The truth is the truth. Y'all told me he ain't under investigation. Y'all say there's no open investigation under his name. I proved that. Now they saying that, oh, you don't know what it's for. I know what it's for. I just say post the documents out of respect for Jalia and royalty because I'm not trying to get too deep. But trust me, I know what it's for. And like I told them, if y'all don't believe me, y'all can go request it yourself.
And the one thing I'm going to say is this too. Because I heard you say that you give 1 year probation to channels, right? And that's what was said.
1 year probation. The reason why I said it because I was down with this YouTube chick, right? Cool, sharing stuff. She switched up on me. But if that's just how I am, if I've been in a situation where a YouTube channel that switched up on me, I can't get too close to you. I can't have a good conversation with you because I don't know what side of the fence you stand on. If you in the middle, tell me that, okay, I don't stand on this side. But if you lie and tell me, I'm riding with you, then you show me your true colors, you put me in a position that I don't know who to trust until I find out who you really is. And for me,
all right, let me ask you this. What side did I say I was on to make you say that to me?
To be honest with you, when you react, I ain't gonna lie, I never really watched your channel, but I heard a lot of people speak highly of you. So when I got a clip where you said this girl posted this police report. I'm like, why people keep saying a police report?
See, look, all right, let me put it this way. Now, you know how YouTube work, nothing but the truth. You know that people will take a clip of what you say and take it out of context because they don't want you to get the full context. You know how many times I have like that girl made a little short about me. And if you listen to my whole video, you'll see that I came from a position where I said everything is allegations. Everything has yet to be proven. And at this point in time, you cannot literally say anything factual because it takes time for things to actually be proven, especially in the courts, not in the court of public opinion, but in the actual judicial system. And that is very different. So that's why with me, I don't understand why some people don't like the fact they just want me to ultimately say, yes, he did. They want me to just say it out of my mouth. And I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to just agree with someone when I'm looking at everything from an objective point of view. And I'm trying to piece together all the variables before I can come to a rational, end and a conclusion. I'm not going to do that. That's why I think some people just go off the rails and they get mad because you just don't want to agree. That's all I'm saying. But I do hear you when you're saying that, you got denied the thing. But let me ask you this. Where did you go when you said you requested what website?
To Henderson Police Department and go to public records. And they're going to tell you, PD Henderson, public records, Henderson Police Department. And you're going to go to public records and you request it.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to look into as well. Let me see. And let me see. Did you sign up in a portal?
No. I didn't sign up. You're gonna send it. They're gonna send your public record request to a general email. I think it's PD records at Henderson Police Department, something like that. Then one of their people gonna reach out to you.
Hey, Iscream, I got Iscreamvlogs in here. Ain't nothing but the truth. See, Iscreamvlogs said he never said that, nothing but the truth is a liar, by the way. So you want to address that?
Okay, so with Iscreamvlogs, so when he was reacting to Michelle content, he said a police report. And I keep telling people it's not a police report, it's not a police report. Everybody in the chat is saying the same thing. Oh, she got this fake police report. Now you slandering and deframing my character because I never posted anything in my video regarding a police report. It was a denial letter. I never hid the fact that I asked for a police report and they denied it. And I inserted that document in my video. So I don't know why Reedy said I got a fake police report in my video. She spreaded that. It was never a police report. You clearly showed it. Like there's another lady who reacted to it. She got the same document. She said this police report. That's not a police report.
Okay, let me ask you this. So on your channel, at any point in time, did you make emphasis? Because this is what a lot of people are saying in terms of that. Did you make any emphasis that document proves 100% that CJ is guilty?
Is he? No. I believe he's guilty because his action that in the videos that I have seen. CJ, I don't like his behavior around little girls. My first thing is a grown man should never dance around little girls with his things swinging. That's one. Then he grabbing on Jalia thigh at the water park. That's another red flag. And writing his name on the kid lower back. That's another one. Then in 2021.
Nothing but the truth. You said there, you went out.
And I said, and he said he was addicted to young girls. He said that out of his own mouth.
Yeah, one thing I'm gonna say is this. Now, only thing I'm gonna say out of everything you said, being like you being a father in your own household. Sometimes you got some men. I know a lot of men out there that have their kids and they walk around their house in boxes and shit like that. So that's the only thing I'm gonna say to that because you got a lot of men that do have families that they are actually in the home with their children.
But they're not his kids though.
Huh?
Those are not his kids. They are.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. But that's what's funny though about that situation. You got to think about it. When you have a blended family, we have like stepchildren, whatever the case may be. A lot of people don't even look at it from that angle. They look at those kids as their kids. It's just unfortunate when you go through a breakup with someone. They tend to take those kids away from you because obviously you're not related to them. They're not related to you. And that's always a crucial element to dating people that already have children because they can take those kids away from you once the split occurs. So that's all I was saying in terms of when you said that you know, a man dancing around and things of that nature. Sometimes now the writing on the lower back. Oh,
no,
go ahead.
Dancing with his things slinging. Okay, you say you got little girls, right?
Yeah.
You don't want, they got a stepdad. You don't want their stepdad to be dancing around them with his Jimmy just slinging in their face. As a man, you know what's right from wrong.
Oh, no, let me tell you this. Let me make an emphasis on that, right? You know, the sad thing about it when you look at royalty situation, right, with Jamie, this guy literally is nowhere in the picture. I mean, we don't know the ins and outs of deep about that situation. But one thing we understand is that man ain't been in the picture for damn decades. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So when you look at CJ, he looks at those kids, and even in any past video, you will see that he calls them his children, just like they call him father. They call him dad. And he said, what none but the truth upset about, and I can clear up in the upcoming video. So Iscreamvlogs said, whatever you're upset about, he's going to clear it up in the upcoming videos. Nothing but the truth.
Oh, I'm upset that the people is lying, saying that I posted a fake Polish report and it was not a Polish report.
Like the end of the day, I don't know why people got a notion of the police report. I guess people was hoping because they were. I guess what ended up happening, nobody got no information, so everybody was hoping that somebody's going to have something clear cut, something that we don't even have to be looking at from a weird point of view. We can just get straight facts, and we don't have to look at it from an ambiguous point of view. Everything is cut and clear and precise. We don't have to worry about whether or not it's true. We literally have an authentic police report in verbatim talking about what went down and how it went down and why and everything else. That's what I guess people felt that kind of way from it.
No, you know what? Let me tell you something. They know there wasn't no Polish report. What people are trying to do, they trying to slander my name and make it seem like I'm making fake documents to make CJ look bad. People know what a Polish report look like. Whoever went and told Reevy that, Reevy told her chat that, because she swear somebody sent her a screenshot of a fake Polish report that I put in my video. She claimed that she don't watch my video, so she going off what somebody else saying. I'm like, you could clearly look at my video and say and see that it's not a Polish report. You clearly hear me tell my people who watch me, hey, I requested this document because this person called me out. They told me the Polish report is denied because it got an open up investigation. That's it. And it was a document, a denial letter, basically, not a Polish report.
And let me ask you this too. With that denial letter, because I know you're saying that they proved that it was a SA situation. The document that you're going to provide or that you provided to your channel, does it actually say that?
At the top of it is, let me see if it say, no, it's at the top of it just say CJ.
You cut out.
You cut out a little. You cut out a little bit. Say it again.
Okay, so on the top of the document, it just got his name on it. It don't tell you, but the email that I got from it, it tell me what it's about, and it give me a lot of details, and it was in a document attached. I just showed the attachment. I did not show the whole entire email out of respect of Royalty and Jalia. Now, I could have put out the whole entire email, but it's just too, like people say, it's too sensitive. So that's why I didn't do it.
Okay, so basically, to my understanding, you're saying that it apparently does have something saying an SA type.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's related to an SA. I know what I'm talking about. This man is lying to his supporters. Royalty was not lying when she handling business behind the scene. This girl went to the police department. He is being investigated for an SA allegation.
Okay. Well, okay, this is all I'm gonna say to that. Because to my understanding, a lot of people saying how I feel about. At the end of the day, I feel like you do extensive research, you do your best to try to at least get some answers out from the situation, which I appreciate that at the end of the day. And I do respect the fact that you came on and that you actually have a certain energy about you that doesn't come off nefarious. It doesn't come off like you're being any type of negative. So I actually appreciate that. But one thing I am going to say too as well, in this situation, what a lot of people got to understand, I think what happened was when you dropped that video, even though it wasn't a police report, I think what happened was people thought based off of how it was being presented, they went with the narrative that it was legit, like some type of report to prove that.
No,
CJ,
that's how you know they don't watch my videos. Let me tell you something. I got certain people who will watch my videos. Some people just screenshot and just run and make their own narrative. In that video, you will clearly hear me explain why I got this document in my email. People go off and run with things, and they just make their own storyline to fit their lie. That's what happened, and that's how it all got started.
Oh, that's how it all got started. Okay,
yeah,
so
I was talking to the girl the girl know who I was talking about because she came in my comment section and she apologized basically because she called me a liar over there on Iscreamvlog channel because she was like, oh, everybody saying the same thing. If CJ was under investigation, he would have been in jail. If CJ was under investigation, he wouldn't get the kids. If they keep saying the same thing. Like I said. Just because somebody is under investigation, that does not mean they're guilty. Just because allegations are pending against somebody, that does not mean they're guilty.
Yeah,
that's why it's being investigated.
Nothing but the truth. This is what I'm gonna say. This is where me and you agree 100%. Because on my standpoint, like I told you before, this before we even was able to communicate in any juncture. Was I said just because somebody has an investigation on them does not mean that they're guilty, and that doesn't mean that you believe that somebody is innocent. That doesn't mean that you're disregarding someone. That's why I feel like when you have an opinion and people feel some type of way, it just seems odd to me because some people are overly invested in a lot of situations. Have to understand there has to be a respectful way to agree to disagree, and everybody has their own perspective. That's the best thing. That's one thing I love about this community because guess what? You can do your extensive research. You can gather certain information. Other people can see something from another perspective and give you something that you probably missed. That's what everybody's here for. It's all about collaborating. And that's why I said at the end of the day, we kind of got so many different, angles, but we meet in the middle on so many different points. So that's the best thing. All right. You want to,
I mean, you're going to disagree to agree, but at the end of the day, I stand for Jalia, and I believe that something did go on with CJ, and not only because I don't dislike him, I don't like his behavior. I don't like how the way he act around kids. He give me that Peter Pan syndrome, like he's stuck at his trauma age. You dealing with a person who has so much trauma in his childhood. You dealing with a person who beat on his little brother and made his little brother eat poop. You dealing with somebody. Yeah, you dealing with a person who is not mentally stable. He still call himself a kid.
And it's funny what I said about that. And that's why a lot of people don't even agree with like Bandman Kev on a lot of actions they did. But one thing I noticed that's across the board with a lot of them, they all agree that CJ So Cool is very childish. He has a childlike mindset, and that is true. I believe that he has a hard time, but it's sad that sometimes it's a blessing and a curse because if you think about it, the reason why he even got to the point where he was is the way that he relates to children. But actually, that's a curse at the same time because there's certain things that you can implement yourself in with those things. So it's kind of like it's a gift, but then it can be a curse on the back end. But like I said before, we are all looking at facts. Nobody wants to just run off the rails and go off the deep end just to say somebody did something. I'm just still going to go with in terms of the courts and see how this whole thing pans out. Because at the end of the day, and this is what I say in all my videos, I always say this. I don't even want her to have gone through that. Because a lot of people say, oh, yeah, you're a father. Let me say something. Why would I even want my daughter to have gone through that in the first place? I'll really have this
child to go through this. No child.
Yeah. I feel like if I feel like shit, if this shit can turn out not to be it, I'm happy either fucking way because at least Jalia don't have to go through the mental trauma and the psychological damage growing up and have to get in a relationship in the future. And people don't understand how much it causes so many damn ramifications in relationships later on in life. And you can never pair bond. You can never have a situation where you can authentically be submissive as a woman. Those things can alter so many paths in your life. That's why I'd rather have it not even happen. People want it to happen so bad too. It's almost like you want Jalia to be touched on, like you wanted her to have gone through that. It's like you're force feeding it. Yes, she was touched. I want her to be touched. I don't give a damn what it was. I want her to have gone through multiple different sessions with CJ when nobody else was around. I want her to go through that pain and that hurt. That to me is like, see, I look at things from opposite ends. I'm not going to just look at it from one perspective. I don't want her to have gone through that. So I don't even want to even think about it that way.
My thing is, I know that you don't want her to go through that, but I don't think a person would lie and tell, and come out and say, I have been touched. Like,
oh, let me ask you this. Wait, no, but true. This is not saying anything against Jalia. This is Jalia. This is aside from that. Don't think about Jalia at this point. I want to ask you something else. Do you ever think anybody in life, this has actually been proven though, there's a lot of cases out there that people have lied though. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but that has happened. This is aside from Jalia.
Yeah,
this is not
like I said, you got people who got a good side and a bad side. You got people who tell the truth, and you got people who tell lies. But I just feel like, why come up with a lie all of a sudden?
Oh yeah, you know what people say, because the thing is, you watch videos, you see people make comments. Let me see how you feel about this. This is somebody else's. I read a comment before. Somebody said, due to the fact that Daya's arm got broken or fractured at that point, and then CJ was taking pictures of the kid's feet and the scars and all that. And then when that situation came about, they felt like that's when the situation with Jalia escalated. And then they felt like too that why when they was going to fight, I mean when Jalia and Royalty got out the car with CJ when they was doing the exchange, they was fighting. They was talking about the water thing. Why didn't anything get thrown out about that situation?
Listen, you got to go back. Now, the water situation happened. You got to go back to the videos. I don't know if you got Teen Shade Room. That water situation with Jalia and CJ about to fight, it happened around April 27, 26. Because I think I got a screenshot of that day. And I think I put that in my video, or I didn't drop that video, but I got that screenshot. That situation when CJ and Royalty was about to fight and the toilet water situation came out, it happened around April 26 or 27. They said Jalia came out to them around April 30th. Something could have triggered Jalia trauma.
True.
You don't know. Maybe Daya said something or something was said that triggered this little girl trauma. True. And when something triggered your trauma, you got no choice but to come out. And it took her a hard time to just tell her family what she was going through. But I just feel like that month of April, around that toilet water situation, is something that triggered her trauma. And you got to understand, remember when CJ and Nike was accusing Kamari of touching on Daya?
Yeah.
That could have triggered Jalia trauma to make her come out and say something.
Oh, yeah,
People
let me touch on
that.
Oh, let me touch on something real quick. One thing I wanted to touch on when CJ had mentioned that basically, the whole situation with them saying with, the Kamari situation. What's crazy is when you think about at that time frame and a little after when the text messages was exposed. Remember when Royalty said she had no problem? How you feel about the people that saying that when Royalty wrote CJ, this is well after April, when she said, I have no problem with you, just with Lexi, the white girl. She said, I have no problem. That's what the tea room had. That's what they had. The whole text messages exposed. It was on.
I seen those text messages. Okay,
why did she say that she had no problem? Me personally, I would never be cool with a person.
But you gotta understand, CJ and Royalty always playing up on each other because Royalty told CJ, when I start my new channel, I'm going to take care of you. I don't want to see you go out, and I love you. Why is you telling that to the woman who so-called set you up in a home invasion? This is the same woman who you claim came to you about some allegations that you did to her daughter. Why you want to help take care of a woman like that? Why you still love a woman like that? So you got to go back and look at CJ and Royalty text messages. It seemed to me like they was playing under each other, like a game of chess or spades. I just want to reveal my true hands.
But think about this. Number the truth of this. At that point in time, I understand that sometimes emotions get involved because basically what you're conveying is that somewhere deep within Royalty, she still has hopes of basically regaining that family that was once, there, that so cool family, the whole legacy.
I don't think so. Cause remember in December before the court case ended, she invited CJ to go out to dinner with her and her kids. He denied it. She wanted to go out and be cordial with him before the ending of their court situation. I don't think Royalty wants CJ back because he did too much. He dragged her kids. Now, why would she want him back? She already lost everything. Her car, she already been through tough times. She already been through the lowest. So if she could survive like going through that without him, I don't think she need him anymore because she used to her way of living right now. She don't need a luxury lifestyle. So why would she want him back?
I mean, one thing I'm gonna mention is aside actually from the luxury lifestyle, and sometimes it's a sense of security. See, what happens in a lot of people's lives, unfortunately, we got to look at the facts, right? So we know that Royalty had 3 kids with Jamie, which she literally broke that relationship off and got with CJ, and then he'd been in their life for years and been their father figure. Like, I look at things from all angles, right? So when CJ was blaming the kids for the shooting, I feel like that was disgraceful. I think that was just disgusting. I feel like, being a kid having to go to school when somebody that popular with the kids, are saying things that y'all were involved in the shooting can be very hurtful. It can definitely destroy a lot of your countenance. You can fall in that way. So when I think about how those things occurred, I do look at the fact that as a relationship separate, from the children, at the end of the day, it's hard for anyone to want to deal with somebody who will literally incriminate your children. And that's why when I think about it, somewhere underlining during that time, when those text messages came out, when you think about it, when the text messages came out, when she said, I had no problem with you, it's just that a lot of people at that point in time started to question and be like, I know you're saying playing under each other, playing chess and this, that, and the third, but a lot of people are going to say, I don't like, how she went ahead and said that, I had no problem with you, only that girl. So I understand how.
Let me say something, and I'm going to say, not to cut you off.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Just because people got to understand, this is Jalia's story. Jalia came out with these allegations, not Royalty. Royalty going to be a supportive parent. She going to stand by her daughter's side, regardless of the fact what it is. She, like you said, anybody could put allegations on somebody. She still got a co-parent with CJ for the sake of her twins. She can't go too hard on this man because this the same dude who put a gun to his chin and threatened to unalive himself. So she got to play it cool until she can get her kids out of his care. I'm not going to go hard on nobody, even though they did this to my daughter, but you still got my kids. I don't want you to hurt my kids off of what I'm saying to you, negative in a text message.
Oh, yeah. Hold up. No, but true. But let me say something right there. There's a point that I wanted to make there. Don't you think, and I'm saying this because I've seen this play out in family court. I've seen individuals that make threats like that. And because you have timeshare with the kids, obviously that's biologically yours. They see you as a flight risk. So therefore, they will actually relieve you of your custody at that time for an investigation due to the fact that you're dangerous. When somebody deems you dangerous, if you hurt yourself and they know that there's allegations about you, they will start to give you supervised visits. It may not stand because it has not been completely.
I got a question. How you know he don't have supervised visitation? How you don't know that somebody else got to be in his household while he get his kids? That's why Lexi and her mom got to be around. We don't know if the court situation has been changed or not.
Oh, yeah. At the end of the day, we obviously, none of us know. That's still a parent. We can say that's because of the mom there. We can say that's because he want Lexi to be there. We can say because that's his so-called best friend that he claims. It's a lot of reasons. At the end of the day, we can use that as a catalyst, but also we got to look at it from the opposite end. Because we can say, yes.
So go back to your question. So you trying to say, why would CPS leave kids in the hand of a predator?
Yeah, temporarily.
Okay, temporary. Okay, say for this. So when you look at CJ and Jalia case, you talk about a situation that happened 2 years prior, right? So you a detective. Somebody coming to your office saying that this man allegedly touched me 2 years ago. This incident happened between the ages 10 and I can say like how old she is, like 14. Now, you can't just You just can't snatch away his kids just because somebody came in the office and told you that this man was touching me 2 years ago, but it was happening since I was 10 years old and 14-year-old. They got to do their investigation. Now, if they don't see this man as a threat, or they don't feel like her story is, or she don't have enough evidence to say that, hey, we finna arrest him, he got rights to his kids. Until CJ is arrested, and until they done with their investigation and have enough probable cause to arrest him, he going to get his kids.
Oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna say too to that. Let me make a little bit more emphasis on that. The important thing is what you said. When they don't have enough evidence, when they don't have enough probable cause, just like I always tell people, it's not going to change due to the fact, just like Samar was arrested in Florida, right? It's no different than in Nevada. They're under the same chapter. So what ends up happening is statute of limitations play very heavily in a situation that happened years prior. So what they will do an investigation. He will be questioned, and they will write it down, and it will be a temporary. If you actually have any type of collaboration with any, your daughter can actually say with you that this person is a threat to me. This person is a literally risk to my life. I feel like I am in danger. The judge can rule a temporary restraining order. This happens to people that even ain't even a risk. I had this happen to individuals that they never did that to no one. And let me tell you what's interesting. This happens to people that hasn't did anything to anyone in their life. I have a homeboy who got a restraining order. He did not harm his kids at all. All the ex-girlfriend said was that he was a risk to them, and the daughter agreed. And
but did he have priors?
No, he had no priors. And they put a temporary restraining order. So when it came up to have his bi-weekly timeshare, he was denied that week, and he got visited by police to be questioned. And then once they ruled, they turned it around, and then he was able to see his children. So that's why I'm saying, when somebody's considered a risk and they want to say they're going to off themselves, they want to say they're going to do this, it is a temporary restraining order that can be.
But that's not true, though. That's not true, because he was playing as an off himself back in 2021, and Royalty brought that up in court. They still gave him 50-50. They ain't see him as no threat, because it doesn't. They still gave him 50-50. It just Vegas, just how Vegas is. It's like they.
Oh no, let me say this. Let me say this to you, though. Let me say this to you. When they said he put the gun to his head, or whatever the case may be, right?
His chin.
I mean, that's chin. Remember, those things have to be proven too. That's how.
It's a picture. You didn't see the picture?
No, I'm saying a picture, but guess what they'll say? Guess what they'll say in the picture? You know, because this is the funny thing about courts, right? The way it works when it comes to a judge. These YouTubers, these people, they love to play pranks. So you know what he'll do? He'll make it turn around and say, "Oh, this was a damn prank. This was this. I wasn't serious about this." So, but if you have actual messages of him saying that he's going to offer you one of y'all, he's going to do this to one of y'all, have a something.
She had text messages.
She has text messages.
She had text messages.
All right. So hey, what's up, Bob? Now, if you have text messages that prove, then guess what? A temporary restraining order will be given.
And he had a text message where he said, "I got a bully with your name on it." He told that to Royalty. Vegas failed their kids. Listen, like you said with the CMR case, they arrested him based on the victim's statement. They didn't do that in Vegas. They didn't arrest CJ based on the victim's statement.
But remember, too, when you look at it, nothing but the truth, the probable cause involved made it apparent. So what ended up happening is, when you look at the situation, for instance, y'all say the text messages, when it came down to, her actually having legitimate text messages of him saying that he's going to off somebody. Remember, on the opposite end, it plays deep when Royalty at one point in time, see, people are going to say, well, it wasn't like that. But remember, court don't look at it like that. When he went and did the drop off, when all those dudes was out there, they're going to automatically say that Royalty, I'm just looking at it from a court opinion, from like a legislation. They're going to look at it from like a point of like, so many guys was out there. So many dudes was out there when you was doing your exchange with your children. Why was they out there?
It was 3-on-3. It was 3-on-3. He had D-Lo. It was him. His camera dude, not D-Lo, and another dude. It wasn't a lot of dude. It was just 3-on-3.
Bill Cavanagh's crazy. He said, "No."
If you look at the video, Royalty actually walked away. So then she wouldn't get in the middle of it. So technically, Royalty at this time is no longer in the middle of it. The person who needed Royalty in their mind was CJ. You ain't hear that nigga screaming, "Oh, we family. Ain't we still family?" Because he didn't want to get that ass whooped.
No. One thing I agree with you though. I feel like he was scared as fuck. That's why he started saying we family, tried to talk to Royalty brother. But how he can make it appear. See, when you're dealing with somebody like CJ, because you understand, doing that whole custody, battle, CJ loves to keep record of things on other people. That's why he calls CPS on Royalty a lot. He tries to hide his hand. He tried to say that she's on this and that, try to claim that she's on drugs. That's how he plays his hand. So a lot of people got to understand that you got to not ever implement yourself in a situation or make it appear like you were involved in any manner. Because if you make yourself look like you had something to do with anything that was incriminating, then the judge.
But let's think about it. CJ got a habit of pulling out his guns. He pulled out his gun before on another man because the man told him what his music was too loud. He got gun charges already in Gary. Like, that's why I don't understand Vegas law. He ain't, to me, honestly, if he was in Florida, he wouldn't get 50-50. His behavior, he got a bad behavior pattern, for one. And you got to go back when CJ said, "I'm going to bring Nike down for my security guard against Royalty." He later made a video and said, "Oh, it was a prank. It was a prank. Y'all know I just was playing." CJ do things, and he go try to cover it up. That's what he do. Like, he be dead serious, but he used the internet for entertainment. So when it backfire on him, he could say, "Oh, it's the internet. It's the internet. Nothing ain't real."
Yeah.
But no,
but one thing, one thing I'm gonna say this. This is what I believe too as well. Like, when you look at the whole situation, right? This is what people are weighing. Like, at the end of the day, like, this is what a lot of people have their own kind of perspective when they look at it from a objective point of view. When you look at the situation, say for instance, when Royalty went to fight Nike, right? And then she pulled up. A lot of people think bringing her kids in the car, bringing her kids there. This is what a lot of people look at. And that's when I look at it as a parent, like when I got to handle business, or if I got to deal with somebody, number one, I don't want to have my kids nowhere near drama because you don't know if they got a weapon.
I'm from the hood, Liberty City. When mama fight, we all come fight. You say you from where? Carol City?
I'm from Carol City, and I know
you know how I get down. I know how I get down. Kids be out there with their moms fighting now.
But nothing but the truth. Tell the truth. Even though you're from Liberty City, that is not healthy. I've seen a lot of kids get straight bullets.
It's not healthy, but
a lot of kids get straight bullets. But think about another truth. A lot of kids get straight bullets. A lot of kids get their ass whooped.
They get straight bullets sitting in the house playing the game too. They just have society.
It's the environment. But guess what? Those people that are in that environment, unfortunately, sometimes they don't have the means to escape because ultimately they probably don't even have the drive or they don't have the mindset in order to gradually get out of that situation.
Because you know why? Social environment influence people's behavior and their mentality. Like, I was born there, but I got out of it. I don't stay in the city no more. I don't even stay in Miami no more.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
I forgot you was up here, my bad.
So in that case, right? Before reacts, when Nike went to go fight Royalty, what was she really planning on doing by bringing Lexi? Do you think that they were planning to jump Royalty, or do you think Lexi was just going to sit on the sidelines?
Well, from my perspective, I don't think Lexi comes from the background of anybody that's hard. I don't think she comes from a background where she about that shit. I don't think she comes from that life. And I do believe she came out there because she wanted to be some type of support in terms of if them two wanted to go at it. But I don't think Lexi is about anything. She ain't from the streets. She don't know shit about the streets, and she wouldn't even know how to conduct herself in the street environment. So my thing was, I think she went out there because, number one, she just wanted to be in support of Nike ass. And I believe Nike probably talked her ass into it to coming out there. But to me, I felt like on both ends, how I look at it, grown women with kids, and I know a lot of people going to say, but to my perspective, CJ as a man should have never allowed nobody to leave the house. I don't care if you
but think about it. You can't only blame royalty because Nike ain't even have to come down from the mountains. She could have just stayed on live and made royalty look dumb out there, and she have to go down there.
No,
so she played a big part too. She walked out the door, got in the car, and drove down the mountain, exited out the gate, and got out of the car again. She didn't have to do all that.
But let me tell you this though, nothing but the truth. This is what I'm gonna say to you. You know who I blame that entire situation? I didn't blame royalty or Nike or Lexi. I blame CJ. He's the man. See how I look at it.
Read everything. He let Nike go.
Yeah, he allows it. Yep. As a man, you have the control over that situation. You can literally tell everybody in your house to get the fuck out and go home. Because you know why? I don't even want you here. So at the end of the day, he had that ability, but he takes it out of his hands and he puts it in others. And he know that royalty was emotional at that time. And especially because I believe royalty as well. She tried to go see him in the hospital and he denied it. So it's the same.
You know what it was? Okay. Royalty is tired of people like CJ is doing it right now, talking about how the way the twins entered the world. He's still talking about it. So when people say, "Oh, my baby was made the real way," you making it seem like, "Oh, she done picked the twins up from a thrift store." No, she carried the baby. It's IVF. Yeah, Damien and Bianca went through the same process. CJ making it seem like he's the only person in the world that got an IVF baby. He keeps saying, "Oh, I paid for those. I paid for them. I paid for them." But she still has to carry them. Her body still has to be healthy to, produce them.
No,
it's not just those sperm.
It sounds like, he purchased them from like a fucking store.
That's what I'm saying, boss daddy. That's how he act, and that's why I don't respect him. It's like, he say, "I love those kids," but as soon as you break up, "Oh, them kids are dirty. F those kids."
But you know what? But wait, let me say this though. Was funny, right? Because I did the video in the past when she had that off-topic pregnancy because it kind of got stuck in the tube, and CJ really wanted to have children with her. A lot of people don't realize he really wanted children with her. That's why, no offense, but I know a lot of people get mad with that too. That he really values those twins way more than Kamari, because you can tell.
And that's a fact. That's a fact.
You can tell. He'll tell you straight up that, "Oh, you know what? Where my kids? I'm calling royalty. If she ain't picking up, I'm finna go ham." But when it come down to Kamari, if she can't make it, I'm gonna tell her she gonna come up for the summer. She don't come up, it's no big deal. He don't give a damn. That's why
he abandoned Kamari for 5 years. He didn't fight for her. Exactly. He didn't see that girl for 5 years. He did not fight for her. He left when she was 1. He came back in her life when she was 5 going on 6. Nike already said it.
No, that's madness. That's why, to me, I feel like at the end of the day, it's a lot of different angles that I believe a lot of people take. But at the end of the day, it's about being mutual. And how I feel about being mutual is, yes, he has an investigation. Yes, that means that there's a probable cause that can possibly be brought up at any given day. At this point in time, he's not arrested. At this point in time, he still has access to the twins. At this point in time, there's still got to be things underway. So my point of view is just looking at it like, hey, you know what? There's a lot of things that people are going to look at because they're going to look at it as a conundrum. They're going to say, "Oh, you know what? There's things that's done on that side. There's things done on this side. And I just don't really want to give everything that I got to something yet until something concrete." That's really all it's about.
My thing is, and a lot of people always inboxing me why I have so much faith in Jalia and why I think Jalia is telling the truth. Like I tell everybody, give me a reason for this little girl to lie and say this man touched her. People are saying for money. What money? People are saying to bring him down. He already brought himself down. Like, in that case, she would have made this guy up a long time ago. Like I tell people, something triggered her trauma. When she heard about her little sister was getting touched allegedly by her other sister at that house, it triggered her to come out to her family. When I spoke on that, people say, "Oh, Kamari was never accused of that." I put out Nike video of Nike saying it. I put out CJ video of CJ saying it. Now they get quiet.
No, that's true. No, that's facts. No, that's facts. He was that actually was something that was said that she did allegedly. That's why we got to keep it like that, allegedly. But one thing I'm gonna say, no, that's why I say allegedly. That's why too, when it comes down to Jalia, I'm not discrediting her. I believe that, at the end of the day, I want her to be healthy. I want her to be mentally strong. I don't want her to have gone through something that traumatic, because people don't understand the lifelong effects of something like that. It causes so many issues in your relationships and friendships, and just how you pair bond, how you interact with people every day. And that to me is very dangerous, you know, when you look at it from that standpoint. So I'm very, very cautious on how I move with this entire situation, because then at the end of the day, you got to look at it like this. There's a lot of people that's going to be like, okay, yes, we feel for Jalia, but then there's going to be a lot of men out there saying, guess what? There are men, there's a lot of people in prison right now that literally did nothing.
Yeah, the Innocent Project. I spoke on
the
that
Innocent
too.
Project. They literally did nothing. They're in jail serving. I remember there's a documentary of this football player who a girl lied and said that he ordered her. I'm gonna say the R word. I ain't gonna say the R word. He ordered her, and then he had to come back years later and wear a wire. And then then the girl told him that she apologized to him for lying on him because she said she was emotional. It's not that people don't believe. Not that no, like it's not. I'm saying I don't believe. I believe in Jalia. I believe that she's all right. I believe that hopefully that everything will be brought to light, because anything that's in the dark will come to light. But one thing
is with people, they doubt Jalia because they're trying to figure out, well, why she came out all of a sudden? Why she ain't come out before the court hearing? Or why she ain't come out when they was breaking up a long time ago? Because during that time, nothing triggered her trauma. Her little sister said she was getting touched. So it was like a flashback to her, and it triggered her to say something. Why people don't want to call that out? They don't want to talk about the mental part about the situation when you're dealing with a victim, a silent victim at that.
Oh yeah,
a person who been hiding her trauma for years because she was either ashamed or afraid to come out, or she believed that people would believe her. So that's why I stand with Jalia. To me, people want to bring up royalty behavior. I don't care about the grown people in the situation, to be honest with you. I really stand for Jalia because I just feel like Jalia don't have no reason to lie. And if you're going to look at this situation, look at CJ behavior. Like, come on, this is a grown man who keeps saying he's a little boy. You know,
exactly. No, one thing I'm going to say is this. I stand for the children, right? So I stand for children. One thing that people are going to always do, though, we have to understand something. One thing people are going to do across the board is look at, you may not, but a lot of people are going to look at the adults' actions, right? Like you got a lot of people that say, for instance, when it comes down to Rico, right? They'll say that, hey, why is he dating somebody like or dealing with somebody like Rico? I'm just looking at it from an objective point of view, right? And a lot of people will say, well, you know, I don't understand why you go that way. I don't understand why she'd do this, especially dealing with somebody who has these type of priors, this type of situation. And then it kind of makes the situation look a little, strange. So that's what I'm saying. How I look at things is just trying to look at it from a broad perspective so people can actually open up their mind, because this is what we all here for. We all here to try to gain an understanding of what's going on and the things around us. And the only way for us to do that is to be able to, use that deductive reasoning, to use that way of thinking so we can come to a conclusion. But ultimately, it's all opinionated. I mean, we
live in a judgmental world. Like they judge her for anything that she did, regardless. They're just gonna find any hate in her. That's what comes with being a public figure. You're gonna have people who are gonna stand with you. You're gonna have people who are gonna stand against you, and you're gonna have people like who really don't give what y'all got going on. I like you and I like him. But when when royalty came out with Rico, that's how Rico started to get slandered on YouTube, because he associated himself with royalty. And when you got a lot of people who don't like royalty, they started to dig in Rico past. And that's because I didn't know who Rico was. I never know he had dealing with that situation. But when you talk to Rico and you hear him talk right now, he's a smart dude. And I feel like, was he playing the internet when he was acting stupid and drunk because he wanted people to talk about him?
Yeah, because you know why too? Like you just said, like a lot of people say in the comments as well, that people love drama. And the more you play into that drama, people will feed into it, because that's just the way it works. It's the same thing. Just like I'll say on the flip side, right? A lot of people looking at CJ, why he dealing with this white girl, why he got this carpet walker, this chick who was obviously there just for the money. She proved to be a gold digger. See how it goes on both ends? They're going to use it as a means to an end. It's like it's always going to be that middle ground. That's what I'm talking about. So I was gonna be like, why are you dealing with this chick who you know just wanted you to pay her and you spent $1,000 on dinners, but you can't even buy your grandma a house. You can't even do this. So it's like on both ends, always gonna be something that people are gonna find, but that's fine. Ain't no issue for me. I don't mind people, being unbiased. I don't mind people giving their own opinion because I like when people come from a standpoint and just to be able to kind of give their own perspective on the matter rather than being crucified for it. That's what I try to look at. As long as it's like
like me, like a lot of people feel like, oh, you just ride for royalty. No, because it's like y'all don't see the bad in CJ, and I see it. I judge people based off behavior character. They behavior character. Like he wasn't only doing this to royalty. He did the same thing to Nike too. He dragged Nike bad on the internet, calling her ghetto, saying all this. He said she had rat baby teeth. Like, I don't respect nobody like that. Like, don't act like royalty is the first woman he did that to. This man got a bad behavior pattern with women. He called Tata a dirty bitch. He disrespectful.
No, one thing, like I told you, like I said before, one of the things that made me look at CJ Wild was because he said he wanted to date single mothers, right? And then he tried to put it to the fact that he had nowhere else to go. That's what made him stay with royalty. I felt like this dude take no accountability. I felt like that was shameful to try to make it seem as if you couldn't sleep in your car, you can't go back the way you live, you can't do what you had to do as a man.
He had no car. What he told us is that it was either follow royalty to her house, or sleep at the bus stop with his 2 bags of clothes.
And not only that, y'all gotta understand, it's like he stayed with royalty because he was fighting that felony and he was on child support. He ain't have no job. Royalty was paying his child support. Now, he don't want to talk about, he want to make it seem like, oh, I just met her on the streets, I just got with her, I took care of her family. She took care of you too because you didn't have no job. She paid his child support. He was fighting felonies because he couldn't get a job with the little casino situation. He always take out important pieces out the story. He ain't gonna tell y'all what happened before the fame. They was kept in bus together looking for jobs. He said that in his story time video. He said royalty was the only female that really had his back when he didn't have nothing. Now all of a sudden, oh, I just met her. She like smoking weed, doing this. Like he talks so bad about her, he's a liar. And that's why I can never side with him.
No, he's
nothing but the truth. You definitely should do a video on that because I think I would watch that because it's like a lot of shit that he do that you are saying that's correct. That even Nike pointed out and said in the past, "Oh yeah, the nigga a deadbeat."
My tablet on 1%, it might go dead.
Sorry. Nah, one last thing I'm gonna say too. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna hell out too. One thing I'm gonna say is this in the end is just that remember too how he did Bake 100. Like literally when Bake his brother died, and literally he tried to say that they didn't come out to see him when he was shot, but you literally didn't even go to Bake 100 brother's funeral when
he go to his own sister funeral.
Yeah, his own sister funeral too. Sad.
Yeah, lied about his mom being dead.
Yeah, so my thing is with people, why they think just because y'all see the good in CJ on videos that they don't see he is capable of doing bad behind the scene. You can't judge nobody and say what a person not going to do. And that's why I tell people I stand for Jalia. If it came out and say that, oh, it's not enough evidence to arrest him, I still would believe Jalia because of the things that I seen in the video.
No, I agree with you in terms of, especially due to his behavior patterns being an habitual liar and consistently, like I said before, he's very unstable. So when you look at an individual that's not really tuned into their emotions, that comes from the background of having a dysfunctional family. When you come down to a mother that didn't really take y'all in, didn't really show y'all any love, obviously you're going to be looking for it in the wrong places. I always felt like CJ So Cool seeks out single mothers because it's a reflection of what he didn't have. It's like looking at a woman that has children and she's taking care of them, and you know that your mother didn't do the same thing. So you're looking for that. That's a way of therapy for you. It's type of closure. So that's what I'm looking at. Sure. So at the end of the day,
just looking for a place to stay at.
But you know what?
And that too. Shit.
He mentioned that in his video. If you go back in 2022 when they first broke up, he was like, "Oh, royalty's a great mother. She cooked for me. She make my coffee for me. She always up fixing my breakfast. He said she got a good quality as a mom, but not a girlfriend." He said that. So that's why CJ slept around on royalty because after being in that relationship for so long, he seen her, like you said, being a great mother, and she was doing things that, fixing him food. He started to look at her like a mother figure. That's why he started to cheat on her crazy. Because if you go back, he said she had a quality of a good mother. Yeah. How are you gonna say that about your own baby mama?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, like at the end of the day, it's like strange because when you think about it too, he looked at Royalty's mom as a mother figure. He looked at her as the person that believed in him. He said nobody else believed in him, but Royalty's mom kind of gave him that prophecy. That
Man, I don't even think that even happened. I don't think that happened. I don't think that even said. I'm be honest with you. The nigga was a mooch. He was a mooch.
He was a male gigolo.
Yeah, he is. I ain't gonna lie though, that is 100% fact, buddy. Like, cause people that go spend their last dollar on an outfit and then try to go out and find women. But to be honest with you, at the end of the day, I would say this to women too, and in my daughters: never sleep with a man on the first day. Never take him to your home. Never do anything like that because that could potentially put your life at risk.
That's the weird part. She never took him. He followed
her. That's not true. It was not the first day. She did not smash him on the first day she met him. CJ is a liar. You gotta go back to their story time video. She started to sneak. All right, remember she was sneaking around with him at her mom's house because the girlfriend kicked him out. So he moved in with the mom. At that time, Royalty was still staying with her baby daddy until she moved out with him. They talked about it, so I don't understand how people just could believe this man's story went a long time ago. They said something else.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's a lot of flip-flopping, in the storylines. It's a lot of flip-flopping.
But how you think he left the club with Royalty that same night when he was in the club with his girlfriend?
Okay. Shit, that nigga. Hey, you know what, though? You got a lot of people out there that do shit like that, though. It's a lot. I knew it.
Yeah, come on, make it make sense. Be for rag. Make it make sense. You was in the club with your girlfriend. You got her number, and the same night you left your girlfriend with the Royalty house.
Hey, let me on the first night. Number true. Tell the truth. You from Liberty City now, right?
Yeah.
You know damn well niggas would be literally messing with a chick and they girl all up in the crib. Like it don't even matter. Like
true, but I'm going back on. I'm going back on. He said he was in the club with his girlfriend. He tried to holler at Royalty mom first. Royalty mom like, no, you can holler at my daughter. Then he got her number. He never, a couple of years ago, he never said we went home that same night and I smashed her. He never said that.
And the only reason why he was trying to holler at the mama is only because he feel like he feel like he can take control of an elder woman and be like, oh, well, give them that little soft story. Oh, I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm poor with no money. Oh, well, it's raining outside. Can I just sleep in here for one night?
No, that's facts. Because at the end of the day, they always say that line about low hanging fruit. That's what they try to say. But they try to take advantage of the women that they feel like out. They past their prime and they don't have too many choices left. So somebody like a young whippersnapper come along, they're gonna probably jump the gun, and that's probably what he tried to do multiple times. But I feel like
think about it before react. You dealing with a woman who had an abusive baby father who was beating on her, right? So just like a person, when you want to finesse somebody, you homeless, you ain't got nowhere to go. I'm gonna play my cards right. I'm gonna do what your boyfriend ain't doing. Treat you right, being nice, because he over there whooping your ass. So I'm gonna play the nice guy role. CJ always been I'm gonna say Cadero because he wasn't CJ back then. Cadero always been this evil person. He just know how to put on a mask. He take his mask on, he put it on, and he take it off. That's just what he do. So he wore his mask in front of everybody. Because if you go back and listen to Leon sit down video, he said y'all only know the man that's on camera. He said that last year. When the cameras are down, y'all don't know who he is.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, you got to understand, like, a lot of people got to understand, for him to run that operation in terms of having them kids in each and every video trying to enact or do a prank or whatever the case may be, it comes with a certain level of just sternness and a certain level of you having to really force people to do things that probably don't even want to record at all.
That's why I used to call him Joe Jackson. I heard like you call him Joe Jackson.
No, I feel like it was a Joe Jackson situation. A lot of people don't understand. YouTube has become the new sitcom, just like we used to have like Martin and all the other shows. Mm-hmm. It's not like that anymore. Now it's YouTube. Just like when you got Ryan and all the kids on, that's blowing up. You got to understand, they parents are literally forcing their ass to get up and record, forcing them to do certain things they don't want to do. So I do understand from that perspective that he probably was on some damn like sergeant type shit, making them get up and record when they didn't want to, and that can cause pressure. And that's why a lot of kids actually stray away from the limelight when they get older because they don't like the way it felt. And that's why you see a lot of them right now not really trying to go that way. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to actually.
And that's why YouTube made a policy that they gotta pay kids now. Yep. There's a policy. They gotta pay these little kids for being in their videos,
and not just pay them with food.
Yeah, you gotta say they gotta get a check. Yeah, because they working. They actually is working. You gotta have some type of saving account for them when they get older to prove that you paying them for being in their videos. Because I guess it's policies out here where little kids gotta get paid now.
No, it is, and I feel like that's the best thing they could have did because a lot of people gonna take advantage of a lot of children, especially due to the fact that they're bringing in the views.
But before I get off, I want you to go watch the video where CJ talked about his baby mama crash. In that video, he clearly stated that he's not on the investigation. He never called the police. The only time he called the police was to tell the police that Royalty is lying on him. That's it. Okay,
I'm going to look at that video and check that out because I know, especially all I know is Nike was more concerned about that damn car being tore up in her own life.
Well, that car was not tore up. I still need to see the report that it was tore up, but okay. Yes. I want to ask you a question real fast.
Sure.
If let's say Kamara was down there in Vegas at the time when Nike was trying to fight Royalty, do you think Kamara would have been riding with her mom?
Do you think Kamari would have went with her mom? You know what? Yeah. That's an interesting question. The weird thing about it is Nike, she come off sometimes like she really about that life, like she really on that fighting shit. So to my understanding, based off of what I've seen from Nike, it's almost like a 60-40 chance that she would have even came. It's like a 60-40 chance. Because I think Nike sometimes really thinks she on some boss shit. Like she don't need nobody. Like she feel like she'll just come out and just fight, especially when it comes down to women. And I don't know how she act if it comes to a jumping situation. But if it's a one-on-one, I don't think she would have. Me personally, I don't think she would have took her if a one-on-one situation. But if she felt like somebody was going to be there, I don't know. At that instance. But I think if it was a one-on-one, because I think she'll rather take that one-on-one fade. Or probably bring like another adult to drive because obviously when you get in a fight, you might not be able to drive afterwards. So you need somebody to drive, with you. So that's why a lot of people do that. So it's like a 60-40 of mine.
Well, let me ask you this question. If we all know that the shooting was fake, how come CJ didn't take his ass down there?
Well, the interesting thing was, I'm going to tell you like this. He ain't take his ass down there because he likes to implement other people. He likes to put other people in drama. He wants to be able to exclude himself and hide his hand. As long as he can get somebody else in the drama and he is not involved and he can be like, oh, I had nothing to do with that. That was them. I told her not to go out there. So if anything happens, he can, finesse and try to get full custody of his kids. He can do any aspect like that. So that's how I look at it. Yeah, so it's like one of them situations to me. I just don't feel, it depends. But go ahead.
How long you been on here for?
Well, I had another channel that I speak just primarily about spirituality and the Bible and truth. So that I've been on for like a few years, like about 2 years, 3 years.
I meant like tonight.
Oh, you mean on the? Oh shit, I'm talking about that. But been on like 2 hours and 39 minutes. But I'm finna get out this month.
I was about to say, because I'm pretty sure you probably want to get off now. You gonna go live tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna go live tomorrow. Let's go live tomorrow.
We'll pick everything up tomorrow.
All right, let's pick it up. All right, y'all. I love y'all in the chat. Make sure if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And like I said before, we're gonna pick it up tomorrow, so y'all tune in.
Right, what time tomorrow?
I go to work. I work full time, so you got to depend. I go to the gym too, so we can try to do it like at 8:30.
All right, that's cool.
All right.